Hello, hello. I am Brittany Rowe. I am energy. I am powerful, and I am who I say I am. The purpose of this video is to talk to the single ladies tonight. This might be a video that I just do right now and delete because it's for a limited few actually that I told to jump on here. And I'll just post it now and just get started. And let's see. And wait for them to watch it and probably delete it thereafter. Let's see. For those who are new to my channel and just hearing my voice for the first time, I am an author, publisher, inspirational speaker. I have a website at www.saltoftheearthpub.org where I sell also my book and products, herbs, transformation courses, bees, body butters, and alchemist oils, Irish sea moss. The list goes on and on. And I'm actually about to release another product next week. So stay tuned for that. If you're new on my YouTube channel and have not subscribed, please do so. And I'm going to just jump into this video and, like I said, leave it up for a little bit and maybe delete it in a little bit. But I wanted to talk to you all about COVID-19 and the single ladies returning, after when they rather released this stay home order. I wanted to share this with some single ladies who I've spoken to in the last couple of days, and based not just them, not just limited to them, based upon some of the things that I just want to share with others because of what I've seen. And this video is not going to be to judge anyone from where they are in their journey. My video is never really to judge anybody. It's always about growth and how to avoid maybe placing ourselves in the wrong type of situations. Sometimes we as women, being that we are emotional beings, we get ourselves in positions where we become emotionally weak. And so when we begin to feel emotionally weak, we come off as needy, sometimes as thirsty, and that is the perfect type of energy to get played with. That's an energy of wanting validation, of begging or calling to check upon a masculine, powerful man in these moments right now. But it is not necessary. But it's exuding masculine energy instead of staying in your graceful energy mode. So I wanted to do this video because I feel as though it is the perfect time to practice this feminine energy and sitting back and to see who really cares for you. Sitting back and allowing to see who will come forward to you, and not just with words, but with actions. Not just with DMs either, because they have like these fan only pages that are blowing up right now. DMs are blowing up right now. They are already full of people just checking, and that means nothing. It's about action. It's about what a person is going to show you. A person will show you through action who they are. Especially with men, that's how they respond. That's how they communicate. We are normally the ones that speaking, verbally communicating. So basically what I'm saying here is soon we'll be face to face. So I wanted to share with you how your return as a single woman can have a powerful, lasting impression for you and those who you might choose to grace with your presence, because it is going to be important. It's going to be important. I feel like it's the perfect time for, people to be working on themselves in that area, in this so-called lonely moment of life or this quiet season in life. So, and I'll mention about me because I'm not acting as if I'm so perfect. There was this first thing I'm going to talk about is just this natural beauty thing. For me in my journey as a woman, I've always felt confident. about who I was, even at my lowest self. Even in my book I share, I'll say I wore my toxins well because I felt confident in who I was, because I often would hear, that, you're beautiful just when you're natural or whatever, and that it is what is on the inside that counts. And that stuck with me because to my heart, I always knew that I was a beautiful woman on the inside. And so before I began to adorn myself, before I got into hair, nails, and makeup and all of those different things before, I just naturally knew I was beautiful. But here's the thing. After I began to work on my inside with my health, after I cleaned up the inside of my body, then I began to work upon my business, my passion, my love. And so after I had fixed those two things or renewed them, so to speak, because I wasn't never really broken. When I renewed those things, then I began to pay attention to the outside then, because I wanted to do it the right way, and so this is why when people tell me that I look good or whatever, it doesn't go to my head because in my mind, I always look good. I looked good before the makeup, before the dresses, before the nails, to me. And that is so important. But on this particular video, I want to talk about, because, I have a lot of natural women, conscious beings, and, so they really shy away from, the makeup and all. And this is just my opinion. You do what you want to do with your energy. But I feel like this is the perfect time to begin to adorn yourself if you're a single woman and you're just natural. And it's a perfect time if you don't know how to go in the bathroom and practice because you're not really going to work or probably not really going out that much right now since we're in the stay home order, under the stay home order. So learning how to put your makeup on and do your eyebrows and do foundation and things like that, I believe that those things are showing you how much you love you. This is a perfect time to try different hairstyles, what looks good, short, long, curly, straight. It's a perfect time to buy sexy lingerie, sexy lingerie, boy shorts, thongs, tank tops, just around the house type comfortable things. Even if you like the little silk long ones with, with see-through here and there, it is the perfect time to do that. Even while you are single with nobody there. And I'm going to tie this together, how all of this energetically was going to work for your good. It is the perfect time to pamper yourself with clothes, ordering things online, maybe even perfume that makes you smell good and make you feel good about yourself. The perfect time to be working out, doing your squats, loving yourself and looking at yourself in the mirror while you're doing them. It's a perfect time to be walking around the house a certain way. What I'm saying here is this perfect time to treat you the way that you want a man to treat you. Because see, you have to do it first before you can require somebody else to want to do it for you or to you. And you have to look attractive too, because men are visual creatures. And let's not forget that. Let's not forget that. That all natural stuff, I'm telling you from experience, from what I went through, it works for some men, but not most men. That where you're trying to get to a certain status, a certain position, or upgrading, or how they say level up. It might work for those that are on a certain level, but when you level up, you should level up to a higher level. It's almost like you change your clothes and all, but you still go hang out in the hole in the wall. You got on a professional outfit, but you're gonna go to the hole in the wall. So you're at the hole in the wall, and you're only gonna attract people that are on that frequency. Everybody gonna be kind of like looking at you, kind of like you're different, you stand out, So why would you go there? Why wouldn't you go where the professionals are, where you want to be if you're trying to level up? So that goes the same way with the way that you adorn yourself. If you're gonna adorn yourself to another status, why forget, to put on the makeup and to associate yourself with people in that status of where you're trying to go? Sometimes even in relationships, sometimes we gotta leave like our old friends behind sometimes if they're not evolving with you. So that way the universe can yield to you or send you that which you are now attracting because your energy has increased. So basically, it'll work on the people and the men in your past, is what I'm saying. But if you're trying to attract a new type of being, a new type of partner instead of the same old type of relationship that didn't go anywhere, being that all natural might not work on them. That's all I'm saying. It's just worth a thought. Anyway, watching how different I begin to get treated by men is why I say that. Like I said, I always thought or knew that I was beautiful. Even with, you can look at my old videos when I never wore makeup, when I just came on there natural and just comfortable. But then when I changed the way that I look, men in particular began to treat me different. I promise you. So that's why I say we should stop believing what they tell you and believe what they show you and what they're responding to. Okay, enough of that. Because this is an energetic thing as well. It's an energetic thing. So during this time, I feel like working on your mental is important too. And this is not for a man together here. This is for you. This is for you first and foremost. Because when I say working on your mental, that means working on your emotions. I did a video yesterday and I was saying in the video, if you could master what you put in your mouth and you could master your sexual energy, man, it's like all you have to do at that point is sit back and know that I am God. So this here mental here has a lot to do with those emotions behind that, because mastering what you put in your mouth, sometimes we have emotional ties to the things that we consume. But not only that, we have emotions from the things that we've been through, past relationships that we've been through. And so like when we're on a stay home order, we begin to rehash or kind of like relive those things through our mental sometimes. Thinking about relationships because you might be alone at this moment. You'll think about a relationship that served you no purpose, but your emotions are still tied to that. So I feel like it is a perfect time to work on your emotions and ask yourself, why am I thinking this? It is time to heal from this. Let's move forward. Let's think happy thoughts. So working on the mental means working on your emotions. It means working on that health while you're experiencing this a long time. It also means working on that self-esteem, having the ability to blow yourself a kiss in the mirror, having the ability to put on something and tell yourself that you look good. Just because you're not seeing people every day like you used to, don't mean that you don't need to get up and put makeup on and put on clothes. It don't mean you don't have to, put lotion on. It don't mean you don't have to comb your hair just because you could be inside. Because if you start doing that with yourself every day already, then you'll be accustomed to it. You'll begin to be used to it. And it really will make you feel good. And so that way, when it's time to get back into the swing of things, you'll have the energy that'll draw people to you. Like, for example, even now, if you are alone, if you are a single woman now, it's a perfect time to do like role playing by yourself. And this is how you really trick the universe. You could trick the universe into having an experience through your mind that hasn't even happened yet. So you can role play as if you already are in a relationship, or you are already loving yourself, or you are already confident in your own skin. You already, because you're role playing in your quiet moments of life. We're not doing nothing too major here in the shutdown. A lot of people bored. So it's the perfect time to be role playing with your mental, because all is mental. With those same things that I was telling you earlier that you could do, you could be laying down in the bed, for example, and just get up and act as if your husband or your man or whatever it is that you are wanting is laying down in the bed next to you. Y'all watching TV. So you jumped up and you said, "Babe, I'm going to the kitchen. I feel like getting me a pickle. You want something?" And you jump up with your little thong or your little boy shorts, whatever you had on, and you twitch your little stuff all the way up to the door when you know he's watching you. This is role play here. And you turn around and look at him and just imagine in your mind what his response will be. Because, see, what you're doing here is acting like he is there now. See, if you're on a frequency of, "Oh, I don't have nobody. Oh, it's rough out here. Oh, I'm having a hard time. Oh, I can't wait till this over. I want to go on a date. I can't wait to see a man. And oh, wait a minute. And oh," you're telling the universe that you experience a lack, and the universe gonna give you more of that lack. But if you act like he's there already, you're living in abundance. This is how the universe delivers things to you based upon how you feel. And so it's the perfect time to practice that, because eventually your man, your partner, gonna want to see that kind of stuff anyway. So practice now. He's not gonna just wanna burn sage with you, even if you conscious. He gonna want some conscious ass. Eventually down the road, if you vegan, he gonna want some vegan ass one day, because a man is a man is a man is a man. And so this role playing, this practicing is gonna help you. It's gonna benefit you. And this seems like it is the perfect time for preparation for that, for you to work on your mental, getting out of that. "Oh, I feel so lonely, and oh, I can't wait till coronavirus thing is over. I want to go out. I want to do the da da da. I want this. I want that." A perfect time to work on your mental while working on your body, while working on your passion, so you don't have that "I am thirsty" energy wrapped on you. So you don't have to have that "I've been marinating" energy. Because a lot of people gonna have that "I've been marinating" energy. And I just want to give out some free samples. And y'all know what I'm talking about here. I remember when I was a little girl, after school, sometimes I would go to Chick-fil-A. And this was when Chick-fil-A had just came out, and it was in the mall at this time. I would go to the mall and they would be passing out samples. And Chick-fil-A was like different, it was really good. To me, it was a little expensive, because I was young and I didn't have much money. And so what I would do is I would just take samples. I would walk back and forth, just taking samples until I got full for the free sample. And then I left. So if you're sitting there with your "I'm marinating" energy, that's the perfect energy to get played. That's the perfect energy to get played, because it's like you're readily available, like those Chick-fil-A little nuggets. You're readily available. You're delicious. You're ready to eat or get ate by somebody. So getting our emotions in check during this time, I feel like It's really important. It's really important so that you won't be repelling people away from you with your thirsty vibe, or so that you won't be getting played. So that you're not saying that I need a man so bad. I need a man so bad that I'll do anything. Because when this is lifted, they're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna have that kind of energy that I'll just do anything. And then they're gonna be so loose at the tail end and loose at the mouth with everything that they want to share with them, how lonely they were, and how bored they were, and they just want to they want to get some, and da da da, just telling all. Just telling all. Ready to open up their mouth and just tell it all. No kind of suspense, no kind of longing. The man don't have to think about nothing because she done told it all. So there's gonna be three types of single women that's gonna be returning after this stay home order. There's gonna be the one who stayed the same. Yeah, she's gonna stay the same. She maintained her everyday look and her mindset. Even though her mindset might be back at, years ago when she was in high school, the same mindset of how she looked, and she's natural, and she has a good heart, and the inside is all that matters. And oh yeah, she gonna stay the same. And then there's the other type of woman who's gonna look different, but she's not gonna look different in a good way because she sat at home and she ate. She was in those emotions. She didn't master nothing about herself. She was just eating ice cream and cake and cookies. So basically, she stayed at home and ate and gained about 30 plus pounds. Yeah, she gonna be returning. She gonna be returning. And men notice that. Men are visual creatures. I remember after Katrina, for Katrina, that's what I did. I was in a hotel, and they would feed us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I went back to work, and this man of a high status at this job that I was working at, the first thing he said when I walked up in the door, he said, "Oh Lord, Katrina been good to you." Because I had gained weight. So that's going to be one kind of woman. But then there's going to be that third type of woman. It's going to be that one that leveled up, that worked on her emotions, her mental, and she took care of her body. She wasn't thirsty. She wasn't calling to check on a grown man to see how he was making out during the corona, aka trying to see if he's still interested in her. She wasn't being thirsty, running behind him. Nope. She was leveling up her looks. She was leveling up her mental. She was leveling up and started working on her passion. So our energy was already saying, I am love. So when the stay home order is lifted, she's already vibrating on, I am love. I am joy. I am abundance. I am peace. I am happiness. So the universe gonna send her more of that love, because she's in love with her life. She's in love with her looks. She's in love with her passion. She's in love with her hair. She's in love with her nails. She's in love with her heels. She's in love with her dress. Be that kind of single woman who can choose from an abundance of deliciousness that the universe has to offer based upon your current frequency, not the thirsty one. Not the thirsty one that's running behind somebody. They can't wait to just talk to any old body because she's so lonely and she's so desperate and she's so tired. And that way, when you meet new people, you don't come off as you're thirsty and got a hole in the bottom lip, You're not so eager. You can breathe. You don't have to tell all. Because men also judge you by the things that you tell them. And I'm not picking on men, but this is God honest truth, baby, based upon experience, based upon consultation, based upon knowing. They judge you by things you tell them. So you can be calm when they're asking you questions, and you don't have to tell them everything that ever happened to you in your entire life. because they're sitting there receiving that, but they're judging you. When they ask you your age, you can be calm enough to say, oh, I don't believe you asked me how old I am. And you can laugh it off. So because they judge you by how old you are. When they ask you how many children you have, you could tell them, children? Did I mention I have children? You don't have to tell them everything. And when a person asks you a question, you don't have to answer it. No. You could allow them to speak, and you could allow them to speak in order to see their motive, to see if they're one of them thirsty men that's been marinating, to see if they are going to be sticking around to even have a conversation with you. When they ask you where you work, you can say, oh, come on, I have a job. It doesn't make that much, but I do work. Instead of coming off with the masculine energy saying, oh, yeah, well, I'm a manager at so-and-so, and I'm a CEO of so-and-so, and I started my so-and-so. No, let the man be the man. You could be calm and be still and know that you're still positive, soft, feminine energy. When he asks you the kind of man that you were looking for, you don't have to go and tell him a whole paragraph. Oh, you have to say in your calmness, because you're not thirsty, because you're not sitting there been marinating, you're not so eager. All you have to say is, oh, I'll know him when I see him. And then you can let him talk. You can let him lead. You can find out a lot about a person like that, but ultimately, this is really about you. This is about you finding out about you and your emotions and ability to control them. Knowing when to control and when to release them. Knowing that you don't need validation from anybody outside of yourself. And it feels so much easier when we can do it this way. It feels so rewarding when we can do it this way. Regardless of Corona, you are still a woman. Regardless of Corona, you are still the prize. So don't let coronavirus turn you into a thirsty chick. And that's from my heart to yours, babe. Be blessed.